Hello everyone and welcome to Day Trader S&P 500. This is Dale Woodson, one of Timer Digest's top ranked market newsletters. You can see our track record there, the honors we've had, plus our disclaimer. Also want to let you guys know about our newsletter service, if I could find it here. And there it is there. All right, we've been around since 1997. You can see our annual and monthly subscription Fibonacci prices. And our subscriptions to our YouTube channel are up. So I want to thank you guys for hitting that subscribe button and the reminder bell, which is up there, and the like button. We appreciate you guys. The like button is there, believe me, but we appreciate you guys patronizing the channel. Okay, we've got a lot to cover today. Let's get into the analysis. We're going to look at the S&P. We're going to look at the Fibonacci turn dates, which are very exciting. And we'll take a look at the NASDAQ, Dogecoin, 10-year yields, and the dollar. Let's start with the S&P. Okay, we're looking at a daily chart from the March lows. You can see the primary count in black there. This is review for most, but we got to set it up with a top down from there. We've got a 1 up, a 2 down, a 3 up, a flat 4, and a 5 approaching or in or complete or nearly so. Got the alternate count in red, although I really don't like that because of the size of the fourth wave pullback. It just doesn't look like much, but that is where 3 gains a Fibonacci 1.618 from 1. Otherwise, we're going with our primary count until proven differently. Okay, so we'll look at things from there, and then we get the wave 3 high in September and the wave 4 low in October. That is the daily chart. We'll flip to the 4-hour. There's that 3 and 4 into the October low. You can see we've got a 1 up, a 2 down, a 3 up, and a 4 down, and the makings of 5. We'll put a little Fibonacci extension on that from there, and we get the 1 up, the 2 down. You can see 3 gains equality with 1 right there where 3 is marked. We put the 4 up and 5 equals 1 right where it's stalling out right now. We could possibly have wave 5 of 5 to 5 of 3 degrees. However, it could still go higher. Okay, let's look at things from this March low, and then we'll retrace a little bit here. There's the March low. You can see we've got 1 up, 2 down. 3 is equal to 1 here. It looks like it went above it. This looks like the 4 and 5. We could count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we could count that as 1 and 2 and 3, and we're going up in one more 4 and 5, 4 down and 5 up. That's what we'll get into. I want to go back a minute to this chart here, the 4-hour, and get into our Fibonacci time spiral, which is working very well. Let's get into that. Well, first of all, here's a spiral I started in 1999 at the orthodox top on 824, and the actual high was January of 2000. Just like the daily one I'm doing now, this one was a daily and catching alternating highs and lows, and as you can see, it caught the low 55 days with a slippage of, I think it was 1 day, and then after that it caught pretty much all, not every one to a T, but most of the turning point highs for 7 years. You can see our slippage over here was a matter of days. Okay, so that gives reference to the chart we're going to do now, which is the one, here it is, all right, from the September 2020 high, which again isn't the actual high, but the market is turning on it. As you can see in our Fibonacci sequence, it has caught a series of alternating lows and high. We got a low, high, low for A. We got a high for B, a low for C. Again, a Fibonacci 55 days plus a slippage of 3. Since it caught that wave 4 low, it's catching all these peaks. And the next one, as everyone knows, was April 23rd. And while we thought it threw us a little curve and topped a day earlier, it actually zoomed up on Friday the 23rd, as you probably well know, and made a new high. Okay, so here we are, and that could be a wave 5 from this 1030 low and or a wave 5 from the March 2020 low. Okay, so let's now we'll see what happens from here. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from here. You can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like I said, it's satisfying the minimum requirement of making a higher high than the last wave, the last third wave of a lesser degree, which I don't have on here, and it's got a wave structure of 5 waves up. But I want to get back to over here with the 5-minute bar. Okay, you can see here from the March 4 low, which gets us into our other Fibonacci spiral. And this is one I just started doing. Since the 90s, I was doing Fibonacci spiral dates from the highs, or what I thought was the highs, and you can see the success we've had, and some of them didn't pan out at all. But this one is panning out just like the other one did in September. It's catching a high, a low, a high, and now the next one in the sequence is April 28th. So is that going to make another high, or is it going to continue alternating high, low, high, low? Was the high in on the 23rd, and now the 28th makes a retracement? That's 3 days away, and there's our targets for that. Or does it make another new high? And I want to take you guys back to this spiral. Okay, sorry for going back and forth, but I'll make these points. As you can see in the slippage, these target dates, every one of them has a slippage of plus, meaning the target was here 9/10 and the actual was 9/11. It was a +1. All these have pluses, and this one, if it hit on the 23rd, has none. It hit on the 23rd. Okay, so if it has a slippage of +3 trading days, that would take, and that's a Fibonacci 3, that would take us to the 28th. And if it has a slippage of 5 calendar days, that takes us to the 28th. So this week should be interesting. It appears that this move up is complete, or nearly so. We may have a matter of days in front of us. We'll see. And for what it's worth, with our subscribers to our newsletter, we did raise our make or break for them this morning after analyzing the weekend market action, or the last week's market action over the weekend. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. We can have 1, 2, and this thing is still developing. Could go up for 2 or 3 more days, possibly longer. Could be in. It's going to be really interesting to watch this. Did it turn on April 23rd to the day? Does it have a little slippage, and does it make a high on the 28th to correspond with the other spiral from the March 4 low? So we'll be watching it, of course, every tick, every minute. Should be interesting times, to say the least. Okay, let's move on to the NASDAQ. Okay, we have the NASDAQ here. It's trailing. It's behind the other indexes. You can see the high was on February 16th. I've drawn out what could be an expanded flat with an A down, a B up, followed by a C down, which would be 5 waves. That is a possibility. I never want to make the expanded flat the primary wave count. So let me break that down a little bit, and let's see what we have here. Okay, let me get in here. Let's get that out of the way and get that out of the way so we can have, okay, so this could be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me move this, because that's not the primary count anyway. Okay, we're going to remove, well, let's leave them up there. Okay, let's see what we can do here, because I think we're going to get another advance up, because this could be counted as 5 waves up. That could be a correction, and that could be third wave target. So you can see 3 equals 1. If this is 4, it's above the wave 1 high. I am going to remove those, okay, so we don't confuse anyone. Let's remove those. Okay, and let's remove that while we're at it. Remove. Okay, now let's get a primary wave count going on here. If this is a low, that's 1, that's 2. 3 could be complete here, or it could go to 1618. If it's complete here, then 4 would have to hold above this high, which is right at 13,615, and so far it has. Okay, let's do our retracements on here. See how 2 retraced as related to 1 from that March 4 low, and you can see that was right between a 618 and a 786, and here we're marching onward and upward. So 3 is either complete here, and we'll know actually it's real. Well, it's double top right there. Moves up, it's probably going to make a new high, and there's our next target for that. Okay, let's say that that's 3 there, and let's do this. Let's get a target for wave 5 if that is 3. Okay, let me and let's just do it new. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's do 5 equals 1 from the current wave 3 high where it gains equality with wave 1. There's 1. There's where 3 is equal to 1. If that is 3, that is 4. There's our 5 target, 14,925. Okay, so if the S&P is going up to new highs for 2 or 3 days, maybe the NASDAQ will catch up. It's still lagging. Okay, there's our parameters for that. Let's move on to Dogecoin. Dogecoin, as like everything else, it starts from the March 2000 lows. You can see we had a 1 up, a 2 down, and 3 subdivided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you ever want to see an example of a third of third wave, this is a daily chart, and you can see this third of third wave went from basically just under 900 or 890 all the way up to 13,000 in 2 days. That's the definition of a third of third wave. That's why that's easy to mark. You can see we've had a 5th wave to complete the third wave of a higher degree, and here comes 4 down. I may have to get out a log scale. We're on a daily chart. Let me get out a log and see if I can get that 4th wave retracement there. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make this a little bigger. There we go. And we'll get this retracement for the 4th wave here. See if this works out of that 2's minuscule now, but here we go. Okay, looks like 4th wave went beyond the 618 retracement and not quite to the 786. Okay, so the 4th wave appears complete, and here we go on to wave 5, higher and higher highs. That's a pretty good ABC correction there. It almost looks like a 2. It's very sharp. But if this 2 was long and sideways, and we've kind of lost the scope because we got out of log, then 4 should be sharp. So Elliott Wave of rule of alternation or guide of alternation, this corrective wave should be different than this. This was flat. This is sharp. Looks like it's complete there, and we're moving up. Obviously, break of these highs, break of this all-time high, it looks like 4 looks complete. Let's move on to US 10-year yields. As you know, the 39-year bear market in yields ended in March of 2020, 39 years, and we're onward and upward. You can see a 1 up, a 2 down here, and then 3 is either topped here or it will gain a 1618 here. It could have topped in between. So if it did, let's get retracements for the current wave 3 high as we did with the NASDAQ, or it could extend higher. Let's see here. Here we go. It's not even at the 236 yet. You can see the 382, and this is yield, is 1.29. The 50% is 1.14, and the 618 is 0.991. So once that's complete, we'll expect the interest rates to keep rising, and there's a very good possibility that this third wave, and I'll mark it here, isn't complete yet. It can go up to the 1618, which is just under 2% at 1.995. Let me label that for you guys here. Okay, we have the March lows, and we have a 1 up, we have a 2 down, 3 is either here or here. It'll probably come in there because it doesn't look like much of a decline there. If it does extend up just under 2, then there's our 4th wave retracement targets, which would be, let me move that down, at 1.42, 1.25, and 1.07. Once this is done, we'll expect another move up to higher highs in interest rates. Let's look at the dollar. I did a longer term chart on the dollar. This is a weekly chart. Okay, you can see from the 2008 low, we have a 1 up, a 2 down, a 3 up, a 4 down, and a 5 up. Let's mark that. Let me get the right one up here. And one more time. Here we go. All right, on a weekly chart, we've got a 1 up there, a 2 down there, a 3 up there, a sideways 4, and a 5. And there's no way that is not the correct degree. This is going to go at least intermediate, if not higher. Okay, there's 5 waves up, and you can see a correction here. And this looks like 5 down and 3 up, followed by 5 more down. This could go lower. It could just do a double bottom here and be like a flat. Let me label that flat for you guys. Okay, if I can pull up the right one again, we could have an A down, a B up, which is close to a double top, and a C down, which is close to a double bottom there. It sure does look like a flat. Let me get a Fibonacci retracement of that 3rd wave, and we'll see how it looks. I haven't done this yet, so we'll see. Okay, there's our 5 waves up. And look at that. A went right to the 50% retracement. And that could be complete or come down and make a double bottom. You have to watch that wave count internally. But that looks like the... I didn't do that right. I got to get the whole 5 waves. My apologies, guys. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's between the 50 and the 382. And again, it doesn't change the fact that it looks like a flat and we could go higher. Okay, so there we are with the dollar. Let's take a quick peek at Tesla. Nothing has really changed with Tesla, just like gold. Gold hasn't changed. But you can see our 5 waves down from the the January 900 high down into the March 5th. There's that date again. Low of 539, and you can see our 3-wave retracement. This is where C gained equality with A. That's the C with the circle around it. Up here near 880 is where it gains a 1.618. B may not be done yet, but it did land in a pretty good landing spot right there. This is what we have to watch here, and I've been watching it. By the way, if that's complete there's where wave C gains equality with wave A. It's well, we did that the other day, but it's under obviously this high. Let's do it for you guys. Let's get that extension going from the current B wave high. All right, there's A right there. There's B right there, and C is down here at 419, 420 basically. Okay, that's if that B wave is over. Okay, but we want to watch this here to see if we're going to get another 5 waves down or if it's going to go up and hit that other target over there. So let's look at that from this April 14th high. Here is that April 14th high. We're looking at a 5-minute chart. And as you can see, it looks like we're getting 3 waves up, 3 waves down all over the place. We got an A, B, C here for A. We have an A, B, C up here for B. And then we've got this forming, possibly an A, B, C for C. So we're going to watch this unfold. You know, we could be getting 5 waves down here. It's a little early to tell. But we're going to watch Tesla as we always do and stay abreast of that, see if it's going to hit that higher target for wave B or if it's going to accelerate downward and give us that larger A of intermediate degree with the parentheses B, C correction. Okay, I think that should do it for the wave count. We want to look at this one more time. interesting things here. See what's going on with the 423 high with no slippage, or is this going to go further a couple more days or into our 428 time spiral, which as you can see was outlined here. Okay, we'll catch up next this week during the week, and until next time, take care everyone.